Hey everyone, I'm excited to announce I have teamed up with First Form Nutrition. Andy Frisella, the owner, reached out to me during Hurricane Helene when I was in North Carolina and offered his assistance and to bring awareness. And now I am teamed up with them on their supplements. And there's some really good stuff like this peanut butter and jelly protein bar. This is a favorite of mine. These meat sticks, I like these because I can throw this in my backpack when I'm going out and doing missions or just in my truck. Protein powders are amazing, like this one, the clear. You can just throw it in your water bottle, shake it up, it's good to go. But what I really like about First Form Nutrition is the clean ingredients. It's not full of a bunch of junk, not a bunch of artificial stuff, soy-free. Protein powders are clean, the energy drinks are clean, really good nutrition stuff, creatines, all kinds of good stuff out there. So go check it out. We're gonna have a link for you below and appreciate the support. I want to show you my new favorite supplement. It is magnesium, zinc, and vitamin C all in one. These ingredients are very, very clean. It's in a glass jar too. It's not a plastic bottle. I've been using this for about 3 weeks now, and I really like it. I do it about 3 times a day, but this is going to be going with me on missions when I go travel. That way I can stay healthy, avoid all the colds and flus and all the nasty things going on in airplanes and airports. But check it out. I got 2 codes for you. I got Thick 30A Broker and Howard 20. You'll save 20% on your next purchase. Thank you. All right, everybody, we are back on the John Howard Show. Just want to give a shout out to our newest sponsors. We got First Form Supplements and Think Zinc. Really appreciate that. And if you also want to get your products showcased on our show, please reach out to us directly. We have an amazing guest today, good buddy of mine that
Bullshit.
I met a couple of years ago playing golf, and we go to the same gym, live here in the same hometown, and he's kind of a big name, John Rocker, former MLB player.
If you're in certain redneck circles, they've heard of me. Yeah.
Movie star,
NASCAR
TV
event,
star,
college football, SEC college football.
Big,
yeah, you've heard of me.
Big deal. And as of lately, getting ready to do a celebrity boxing match against somebody. We'll find out who it is.
Yeah, we're trying to work it out with Dennis Rodman right now.
Dennis Rodman, whoever wants to get in there and get some ground and pound.
Watching fucking old guy fight. Old guy fight. Don't fucking break a hip. Don't break a hip now.
But man, I appreciate you coming on the show. This is probably gonna be one of my funnest episodes I ever do. Just knowing how me and you interact with each other is just going to be a good time.
Enjoyed the fishing and the golfing and the boat drinking and a few other things. So, that's some good times.
We always have a good time. I mean, even out in the golf course. I mean,
well, we have a good when we're not hitting the ball. Like between shots, we're having a good time. It's the whole part of like actually hitting the ball and like seeing where it goes. That kind of ruins our day.
Sometimes I might see a golf club go across my face, swing by, and then
it happens.
The ball actually lands on the fairway. It was actually a good shot. So
no, that makes it happen. It's usually rattling around in the trees. And,
yeah. But man, I appreciate you coming on. This is gonna be kind of cool because I get to know a little bit more about your history, who you are, where you were born, how you were raised, and how you made it into the MLB. Which I mean, that's no easy task to do. And he did it at, I think, 18 years old, 19 years old, you told me?
Well, that's why I got into it professionally. But it was a far cry from rookie ball, A-ball to, one of the top 330 pitchers on the planet. So I mean, it's a long way to go to get there. So.
It's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. But why don't we start off with, where you were born and how it went from there?
The fine town of Statesboro, Georgia. I lived there like a year and then grew up and raised in Macon, Georgia.
I just flew by there yesterday, actually. Yeah, flying
over it, through it, around it?
Right or past it. My buddy Charlie was born and raised there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Macon?
Macon, Georgia, yeah.
I was watching the Feinbaum show yesterday, and he had a live guest, like it's a regular recurring guest, somebody, Brad, Macon, Georgia. I'm like, do I know that fucking cat? He's about my age, he looked like it. Which Macon's still kind of small, but yeah. So, decent place to grow up.
I'm guessing baseball, did you T-ball starting off as a kid? Or?
Yeah, T-ball League Pirates.
Okay.
Yeah, in North Macon Little League.
And then just played throughout middle school, high school.
Yeah, and people always ask me, when did you know you were good? Really probably about like T-ball, maybe shortly thereafter, when none of the kids on my team would play catch with me. I had to play like throw with the coaches to get loose because the kids were like, I'm not throwing your ass, fucking knock my damn glove off. Even back at 6, 7 years old, it was every throw, everything I got. So I had to play catch with the coaches, with the dads. So I'm like, maybe I'm all right at this game.
Was there like a coach, a dad, or something that was like making you just practice all day, or
no, me?
Just you?
I was making me practice all day.
So you knew from like pretty much early age, like I'm gonna go play
I'm probably
baseball.
about 14. I got a wild hair at my ass when I was probably 14 years old. Don't know what set it off. But yeah, about 14, and just got the mindset I had to do something every single day to get to the big leagues. That became my dream, my goal, get to the big leagues. And whether it was reading a book or watching a game, or working out or playing or whatever, reading a magazine article about one of my favorite pitchers, whatever. But something had to be done every day to mentally, physically, eventually, get myself over to the big leagues. And that literally became the driving obsession. Had a great father, got me anything I needed within reasonable affordability. And my dad, I'm trying to think in high school. I know my dad in the 5+ years I played in Atlanta never missed a home game.
Oh wow!
He lived in Macon. He drove up every fucking day and would drive back, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
We play 81 dates a year. Never missed a home game. But yeah, it was never, John, there's still 30 more minutes of daylight. Get back out there and keep working out. It was just let me go at my own pace. And that's what I always tell, especially like today, just the insanity that goes around this travel ball, where these 13-year-old parents are forcing their kids, in some cases, to play 100 fucking games a year. And because daddy thinks their kid's the next Jeter. No, he's not. No, he's not. I mean, un poco, maybe a very small percent chance, but probably not, man. Let the kid go his own pace. And people ask me all the time, who motivated you to get to the bigs? Was your dad, a coach, just like you did, like me? And that's what I tell parents all the time. If your kid doesn't want to play at that high level, ain't shit you can say to fucking make him work to the degree that he's going to have to work to fucking get there. Unless he's just some Andrew Jones type freak that's just better than everybody else, which those guys come along, maybe once in a generation. Unless you're that guy, you're going to have to fucking bust your ass. And there's nothing a parent can say, a coach can say, a grandparent can say to make a kid who, yes, has talent, but has to cultivate that talent from a mental side standpoint, an emotional standpoint, physical standpoint. If you don't want it, there's nothing anybody can say that is going to make you work that hard to get there.
So I'm guessing probably one state in high school?
My junior year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my junior year we did. My senior year, one of our pitchers, Steven Schiffel, was a good pitcher in his own right. He played at the Citadel. Gave up a solo bomb in like the third inning, and we ended up losing 1-0.
Oh.
And I was playing center field. I just couldn't get it. The ball and he hit the post at the top. Oop, right over. We lost 1-0, man.
Yeah.
Just couldn't push shit across. We were facing a little lefty, can't remember his name, had just a disgusting pickoff move. And when he shut the run game down, and they feel a good game, but yeah, we ended up losing 1-0. And the team that won it, John Millage Academy, I think we beat them like 14-0 a couple months earlier. So
oh wow!
We coughed up back-to-back, and we just couldn't get past old Windsor Academy, which is where I'm trying to think, country musician. My brain's not really working very well. I'm a little mossy today. Luke Bryan went to no, not Luke Bryan. What's another one? Another one of the Middle Georgia boys.
James Aldean, I think.
Jason Aldean.
Went
to Windsor Academy, and I met him one time. He's like, "Man, I faced you when I was a freshman in high school." I'm like, maybe he did. I don't know, but
that's
I was a senior. He was a freshman, but he went to Windsor Academy, and that would have been the year they beat us 1-0.
Yeah,
they ended up going and winning the state.
I think they have a house out here. Him and his
wife.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm trying to remember if she reached out to me or she shared my video when I was in North Carolina. I can't remember. I think she shared it or something. But yeah, I think they have a beach home out here.
Yeah, then Luke Bryan, he's got a house here as well.
Yeah, he's got that cigar place.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Short thing. The hub.
Yeah, right there in the hub. So, was MLB? Did they start watching you your junior year? Like because of state, you probably got some publicity out of that.
Yeah.
Like a watch list.
When you throw, I was. By my junior year, I was topping about 90-91 from the left side. And so that's when all the letters started coming in from colleges and started doing official visits. And we starting to get some the way you used to do it back then was the scouts would just call your ass. I'd be sitting there having dinner at 7 o'clock at night. John, it's Bill Smith. He's a Brewer scout. Wants to talk to you. So that was happening then. And then probably a junior year, scouts come to games. They sit behind the dish with their little radar guns, aim them at you, and but you eventually get used to it. But senior year was big, and every game had between college coaches and pro scouts, 30 or 40 dudes at every game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I had a scholarship to Georgia and gave it back when I got drafted by Atlanta. So
Yeah. So you got drafted by Atlanta?
yeah,
Right out of high school? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, and back then it was a June amateur draft.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen very often. I mean, just to
yeah, there's a lot of guys go out of high school.
That's pretty. That's
well, now I mean less now because of the NIL shit. I mean now players got a motivation to go to college. I think NIL is really just gonna. I think it's gonna do a great disservice. A of these kids would be to eventually NFL players, MLB players. I mean, if you're a buddy of mine, Andy Burris, you don't follow travel ball, I'm assuming. Yeah, not only it, but he owns a company called 5 Star, biggest travel ball company in the country. They got like 800 teams, all like in I think like 43 states. They're fucking massive. Wow. And his son Drew Burris goes to Tech. Was ACC Freshman of the Year last year. As a freshman, hit like 33 home runs, like 330, and like I don't know how many RBIs he had. Tech's paid him like $2 million playing college baseball. So I mean, where's the motivation to really bust my ass to become a top round pick? Drew has it, but a lot of guys don't. They just keep getting that fucking cheese. They'll stay. Now you can stay 6 freaking years. Just keep getting that cheese. If you're not a complete fucking idiot, you invest it right. I could be done with college with $8-10 million in the bank. I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna chase ass in Vegas. I don't want to get my brains beat in on the fucking football field. So.
Hey everybody, I love doing this show, but it does cost money. If you can help us by going to our links and buying the products that we are showcasing, it'll help us to continue doing this show. It'll also help us to continue working with future charities and helping people in times of need during disasters. The links are below. Thank you. How was it going out of high school into the MLB, like with the team? Because I'm guessing a lot of these guys are probably older.
The MLB. It's you know how this shit works? All right, so get drafted.
Okay.
Signed late. I didn't sign like September. Actually, I went to Athens, went to Georgia. Got my class schedule, went through orientation.
Okay.
And like a week before fucking school started, I had to call up Steve Weber and be like, yeah, I'm not coming. And back then, this rule just changed. I think maybe this past year's first year it changed. Football players, if you're on the roster, you get a full scholarship. Baseball for I believe it's a 25-man roster. I'm not really sure. 11.7 scholarships for all 25 guys. So I mean, nobody get a full ride. They gave me a 95% ride. And you lose. I guess there was a period of time where if the scholarship is not committed, it's gone. And I literally called him like 5 days before the first day of class. And so he's like, I don't have a whole fucking scholarship for this entire year, you piece of shit. Sorry. But another funny story. So that was in 93. And so then in 99, we're playing the World Series, and it's maybe game 3 or something. I'm at the sitting in the lobby bar of the Grand Hyatt Hotel in New York, tap on the shoulder, turn around, it's Steve Weber, Georgia's fucking coach. And he's like, boy, I was pissed at you. He's like, I guess you made the right decision now. He's up there playing the Yankees in the World Series. But no, the way it worked is...
that was your first year, right? Or...
No, you ding-dong. Let me fucking explain. Everybody do this shit. You seen the movie Bull Durham hat? Yeah, it's a minor league team. So I get drafted, get signed late, so I missed the whole, my draft class would have been 93, but I signed a 94 contract because it was in September. And the draft being in June, all the little kids that signed, a lot of high school, but some colleges they had it, at least back then. It was down in West Palm Beach, where the Braves spring training was. And you go to what's called the Gulf Coast League. Fucking nightmare. You play all your games at 1:00. There is a piece of shade about 2 miles that way, and you're not getting anywhere near it. You just have to sweat your fucking balls off in South Florida every fucking day. It's going to rain every afternoon, and you're going to go in, get the game cut in half, come back out after it rains. They're going to fix the field up. It's going to be humid as all fucking holy shit. And you're going to do this every fucking day, and we're going to give you $15 in meal money and pay you $800 a month before your expenses. Okay. That's before taxes.
Oh, wow.
And you're going to do that shit until the end of August, about Labor Day. And if you're good, we're going to be bringing back down for what's called Instruction League. And so that's my first experience in pro ball was Instruction League. Well, the other 18, 19, 20-year-old little shithead kids. And that went for about 2 months, a month and a half, went to about Halloween. And then, you got your off season, and you come back for spring training, and you're trying to make. I was trying to make a full season club, which would have been the Macon Braves back then, which would have been low A. Did not. I stayed in what's called extended spring training, which meant I am up on the field at 9 o'clock every fucking morning, and we do our workout, throw our bullpens, do our pitch fielding practice, run, do our fucking nonsense, and then we have a game at 1 o'clock, and we come back out on these fucking fields. There's 8 fans there. There's some beef that Johnny here picked up at fucking Hooters the other night, and then Larry over here is banging some hostess from fucking the Olive Garden, and then this guy's girlfriend's down from Lansing, Michigan, and this guy's 2 parents are here. And that's who's at your fucking game for about probably a 65, 70 game little season right there. And you're playing like the same like 4 teams over and over and over again. And then we broke and went to rookie ball, short season A, whatever you want to call it, which was in Danville, Virginia. That's a fine fucking town. And so I played like a 70 game season then for the Danville Braves. And then you do all that, back to the Structural League, back to spring training. The next year went to Macon. I don't want to get into the whole thing, but Macon, Durham, Greenville, Richmond, big leagues. Yeah, so it's all that shit. It took like 4 years.
Yeah. So there's a build up to go into like pitching for the end.
I mean, there's been maybe 50 players, all hitters, that have never played in the minor leagues. There's never been a pitcher that's just been day one. You're on the roster.
Got it.
Skeens went quick. But even he was in the minors for a few minutes. But yeah, there's been a few hitters like John Olerud straight to the big leagues. Bob Horner straight to the big leagues. There's been maybe 40, 50-ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially when you sign, you're 18, you can't compete with
So what
30-year-old grown ass.
How old
men.
were you when you actually went?
23.
23. That still seems pretty young.
Yeah. I was one of the. Andrew Jones was. He would have been 20, I think, 21 maybe. But other than that, I was probably the 3rd or 4th youngest on the team.
Wow.
At the time, so.
Was that pretty good for you? Like, team took care of you, or were they just like, hey, new guy, or how did that work?
No, I mean, but the Braves give class organization.
Yeah.
We're perennial World Series contenders, so it was definitely a class organization to play for. So they took good care of us.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, probably a world-class coaching, good mentorship.
Well, of course, Bobby Cox, my manager, Hall of Famer. That's one thing that is. I was talking to a college kid last night about this shit. I'm going to go watch pitch Saturday. One misnomer is, and I had this misnomer too, that once you get to just the professional level, the college level, your coach is going to be so just emphatically better. Fucking bullshit. I had somebody just, especially pitching coach wise, hitting coach. The only thing I know about hitting is it's fucking hard to do. But pitching coach wise, again, I don't really know my ass from a hole in the ground, so I'm trying to listen, do what these fucking idiots are telling me. And it wasn't until I really just kind of was self-taught in a lot of things. A couple of pointers here and there, but nothing that really was a game changer for me, like the light bulb went off. I tell you that back, exception guy named Bruce Del Canton. He taught my slider. And yeah, there were a couple, but for the most part, fucking dog shit. And it wasn't until I was probably 30 years old and ran to Tom House. I don't know if you know who Tom House is. He's the smartest man on the planet when it comes to rotational sports. I mean, he works with quarterbacks, works with tons of MLB guys. Tom Brady was the client of Tom House for like 15 years. So was Drew Brees, Randy Johnson, Nolan Ryan. He was Nolan Ryan's.
Oh wow, yeah.
He goes to Texas for like 10 years. Tom called Hank Aaron's 750th home run ball in the bullpen in Atlanta in April 8th or whatever fucking day that was. But anyway, it wasn't until I met Tom, I was like 30. I mean, I've been playing professionally for 12, 13 years. And the shit he's telling me, I'm like, it was like game-changing shit. I'm like, why has everybody else fucking told me this shit? I mean, like simple shit. Like, I look back now, I've even added, I do work with, quite a few college kids and stuff like that. And so I've thought about how the delivery works, the mechanic works, how I did things. And I've even added some to what Tom taught me. But I never heard any of this shit from America's pitching coach, Leo Mazzoni. Any of that is shit from him. And I had one pitching coach, all he would tell me was, take the ball out of your glove, throw it downhill. That's all he would tell me. I had one that point your toe. The fuck's that going to do? Point my goddamn toe? I just threw a breaking ball 56 feet. Point my toes going to fucking help that? Larry Jash, you fucking clown. Anyway.
Did you, any injuries while you were pitching?
I had just one.
Yeah.
I played a little over 13 years and didn't go on the DL one time until the old career ender. No, had a, if you remember, like, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 years ago when Peyton Manning had the pinched nerve in his neck and shut himself down for an entire year.
Yeah.
I had the same shit. It was just, juice me up, get back out there. And, just destroying my fucking shoulder. So,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a long time
because
because from what I know, it seems like a lot of pitchers always throw their shoulders out pretty
it's
early.
usually elbows. Elbows are it's almost an automatic fix with elbows. They can literally get you down to the day you'll be back on the mound. Shoulders are funny, man. Shoulders is just a shitty joint. It's just a put together with duct tape and glue. It's a shit joint. You hurt one of those, it's gonna be tough to come back from.
Yeah. Shoulders are good now. It's good for boxing.
Boxing, but certainly not throwing anything. I got the scars to prove it. So.
Yeah. Did you ever have anybody ever charge at you when you were pitching?
No, that's one thing. When I was closing, I mean, I couldn't plunk a lot of guys. I mean, they're in a 2-run ball game. Last thing I need is more base runners.
Yeah.
I did stick a few guys though. When I had my chances, and the worst part about it is I would like I remember fucking drilling Jim Leyritz one time because Jim Leyritz, this is probably like in 2000, because Jim Leyritz hit a home run off Mark Wohlers in the 1996 World Series that turned the whole tide of that series, and they ended up sweeping the Braves. The Braves were up 2-0. They were up, I think, 3-1, and with like 2 outs in the 8th inning, he hits a 3-run bomb off Wohlers. They end up winning the game and then swept the series from there. And had the Braves gone up 3-0, I mean, no team in the history of any sport ever come back from 3-0 deficit in a 7-game set. And yeah, I grew up a Braves fan from Macon. I took those fucking games very fucking personally. And I was pissed at Jim Leyritz for doing his job 4 years earlier and hitting a home run off Mark in the World Series. 4 years later in 2000, I faced him and fucking drilled his ass. For a home run he hit 4 years earlier. I was just fucking pissed about. And I meet Jim in winter ball like 3 years ago. He became a good buddy of mine, drinking buddy, and I never told him I plunked him on purpose. But fuck, he's a nice guy, man. Another funny story too. It's named Brad Fulmer. Pretty good player. He played like 8-10 years in the big leagues. California dude, all tats like you, which was, and he was out of high school too. Kind of unusual for an 18-year-old kid, to have bucking pipes and be all tatted up and shit. And I told you we had spring training instructionally, all that shit in West Palm, and we shared the complex with the Expos. Back when the Macho Expos were there, and Brad played with the Expos. And we played them like 3-4 times a fucking week. And Brad was a left-handed hitter, and I'd never met the guy. I just didn't like the way he looked. I like the act, like the way he walked. I was like, this punk motherfucker. I hate this fucking guy. He would come to hit, he'd go, kind of like Pete Rose, And so me and my buddy Damian Moss, they didn't play the bigs a little bit. We would just take turns just taking pot shots at this dude. And the backstop was like literally from where I'm sitting to maybe a little past you, and that's the fucking fence, just a cheap ass chain link fence. And we throw it, hit and miss, the ball's sticking the fence and shit. I mean, we're throwing 94, 96 miles an hour. We're fucking bringing it up there a little bit.
Yeah.
I must have hit him every bit of 5 or 6 times, at least that many times over a couple of year period, And so he gets traded to Toronto. I play in Toronto, I don't know what year it was, doesn't matter. Years later, good 5, 6 years later, our paths never crossed again in the minors, and he gets to the big leagues with Toronto, and I throw against the Blue Jays, and after the game, me and my strength coach, Frank Fulcher, in the fucking gym there, like their home team gym that they let the visiting team use, and I'm sitting there fucking working out. It's probably midnight. Me and Frank are the only one in there. Door opens, here comes Brad Fulmer. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. God, I had to know. I used to just, you're wild when you're young, but you ain't that fucking wild. He walks up, Rock, how you doing, man? Good to see you, man. You've been having a great year, man. What's been going on? I'm like, oh man, I feel like a fucking dickhead. just drill you on purpose how many times? And he could not be a nicer guy. God, I feel like a fucking asshole. Yeah.
Speaking of, you said strength coaches. As a pitcher, is there a lot of weightlifting or no weights like on the shoulder?
Yeah, a lot of arm care stuff, a lot of lightweight arm care, a lot of legs.
Yeah.
And we used to have off season. We used to have like 3-hour leg workouts, probably twice a week.
Probably not doing like bench press and shoulder press.
Light bench.
Yeah.
Use like a towel bench to keep that capsule closed. Don't want to open that capsule up. Shit ton of shoulder work. Light 3-pound, 5-pound shoulder work. A lot of forearm work. A lot of ab work. Mm-hmm. So.
That's cool. So that injury, that's basically kind of stopped the pitching career.
Yeah, that was a career injury right there.
Yeah.
I came back. That's when I played for the Long Island Ducks.
Long Island Ducks. Yeah, I think I read on
But
here.
I just wasn't good anymore.
So you did Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Indians, Texas Rangers, Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and the Long Island Ducks. Which Rangers I like because of Nolan Ryan
Yeah,
being from Texas and stuff.
Yeah, I
So
played there a couple of
yeah,
years.
him and Astros.
We were terrible, but it was good. Like Dallas anyway.
Yeah.
You see, that team was fucking Alex Rodriguez short, uh, Palmeiro playing first, Juan Gonzalez, two-time MVP. We probably had like 4 or 5 MVPs on that team. A-Rod won 2 or 3 league MVPs. I know Juan won 2. Palmeiro, I think, won at least 1 or 2. Michael Young playing second. Pudge Rodriguez fucking catching. I mean, obviously Hall of Famer. And we were like 20 games under 500. We were fucking terrible. And I'm looking at this roster. I'm like, holy shit, man! Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer. Yeah, and we were out of the playoffs by like June. 15 games back by June. We were fucking done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you
Witness
do.
one year.
You do real estate development now. Was that what you went into right after baseball, or?
Yeah. Just a bunch of, as life does, weird coincidence kind of, sending in a certain direction. So, I had a good friend of mine in high school who I eventually ended up putting in jail because he embezzled millions of dollars from me. So of course, when you're that young, there's not too many 25-year-old multimillionaires, and so your buddies are always hitting you up. Hey, you want to fucking do that? Hey, you want to? Yeah, you fucking cheap deadbeat fucks. Yeah, I'll give you money for your fucking project. But anyway, I bought into a couple of shopping centers that would have done really well. You ever St. Simons very much?
Where?
The St. Simons?
St. Simons,
Yeah.
Virgin Islands.
No, St. Simons Island, Georgia.
Oh no,
South Georgia.
no, never been there.
Hey, I bought into me and Ryan Klushko. And got Chris Moore, who 15 years in the NFL, and our partner got him Billy Ramsbottom is his name, not fucking guys. This is given name Ramsbottom, fucking goat's ass. Yeah, he decided he would embezzle money from us for about 10 years, but we owned a 140,000 foot center down there. And then from there, just got interested in real estate. I was dating a girl who was she's like 10 years older than me, and all her friends, Atlanta back in. Starting about the Olympics in like '96. That town, I think in '96, that town was like 1.5 million, and by 2005, 10 years later, it was pushing like 4.5 million.
Oh.
That town tripled in size in like fucking 10 years. So if you're in real estate, you were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And all her friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, they were all developers and builders. And of course, I'm 25, 27 years old, and they're all 40 because the girl I was dating, she was 11 years older than me, and just got in some of their deals. We'd sit around, they're 40 years old with a 110-foot yacht, and we're sitting around looking at the boat, and they're hearing about their deals, and they're asking me if I can participate in them. Of course, it's financially. And so when I got done playing, I already had 2 deals going, plus being an investor in several other deals.
Nice.
And I just took the spikes off and put the development hat on and just kept on going.
So you were smart with your money. You just didn't go blow.
Well, that's when
all.
07 hit. I retired in 05, and 07 came along and bent us all over.
Oh yeah.
But I got through some of it unscathed. So
Yeah.
I had a couple good deals that kept me going. So.
And you just kept. I mean, you're still doing it today. So you.
Yeah, I've got that Tuscaloosa deal I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And then I've got a deal up in Little Crestview, Florida, that we're just about done with.
Nice.
Yeah. So
You still do development stuff in Georgia, or
no? I've done most of my stuff down here.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff down. That's why I moved down. Moved back down here.
Yeah. When did you move here to Santa Rosa?
19. I've had a house here forever.
Oh, I didn't know it was 19.
Yeah, it's 19.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was right
Yeah.
when I met you.
Yeah,
about
I've had
4
a
years
house
ago.
here since 2000. I sold it a few years ago, but yeah, I was literally sitting in Atlanta. Just broke up with my fucking whore girlfriend, and was literally sitting in Atlanta on like a Tuesday morning at like 11 o'clock on 285, just like staring at gum on the fucking pavement. Head tail lights. I'm like, why the fuck do I live here? And sold my house, and like, I'm out of here, man. This place fucking blows.
It's busy up there.
Yeah,
A few times
it's 10 pounds of shit, 5 pound bag.
I couldn't deal with the traffic. It just there's no
That's
way.
one of many
There's
reasons
no
I
way.
left, but yeah, I just had enough, man.
So I know we talked about the one movie you did, the greenskeeper here, Murderous Golf Club Groundskeeper.
Yeah.
So that's when you were actually still in baseball. What was I haven't watched that movie, so I don't know about it, but I'm gonna go check it out.
Save that 2 hours of your life. You want that 2 hours of your life back.
Were you the murderous groundskeeper?
Yes, I was. I was only in that movie when I like my face actually got shown.
Yeah.
The whole rest of it was some other actor.
Oh,
The
gotcha.
whole movie was the greenskeeper like with a little mask on,
Yeah.
make it scarier. And so that was somebody else. But there was like 2 or 3 scenes where my face was shown, and so I was there for that. But
I'm gonna check that out. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but the pros versus Joes.
that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Was that like a one-time thing or?
Yeah, the show ran like 10 years. And so they had some. Like I said, I was on there. I was on there with. I swear my brain is just not functioning. I'm kind of a little sick. Morton Anderson, Clyde Drexler. I was on Lisa Loeb. Lisa Lobo. Gary Hall Jr. He was like a 10-time Olympic medalist swimmer. I can't remember what football guy do we have. Anyway, Morton. So that was the first 2 episodes, and they brought me back for the finale episode, which was just baseball, basketball, and football. And basketball was Drexler again. I can't remember the other guy's name. It was like 2-on-2 against Clyde Drexler, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But the football was Bill Goldberg and Kevin Green, and Kevin passed away. Kevin used to live down here, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he lived 10 minutes from here. And he passed away like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh.
At like 56 too.
Yeah.
KG was awesome. Anyway, KG was kind of a God Squad guy. I mean, we had a little locker room sort of thing. He wasn't cuss, wasn't anything. It was just real kind of mild mannered. And I was like, this guy's a Hall of Fame linebacker. I thought you'd be fucking kind of insane, Still a big dude. I mean, we were doing the show. He was probably mid-40s. We were doing the show, so he'd only been retired like 6 or 7 years. He hadn't been retired that long. Still had the long hair. And Bill, I've known Bill forever, and I don't see him much anymore. Back when I was playing Atlanta, Bill and I'd probably hang out once a month. We'd usually rendezvous at the Gold Club or something like that.
I hope you get him down here because I told you earlier, Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, Bill's fantastic.
He's a
little Hollywood now, though. He's got a little fucking Hollywood.
He was one of my favorites. Him and
he's
Stone
got
Cold.
shows, and his wife's a stunt woman. So he's got a little. I've seen Bill a couple times in the last few years, and he's got a little Hollywood.
You guys about the same size?
No, he's maybe a little shorter than me, but he's probably 280-ish.
Okay.
He's got about 30 pounds on me.
Yeah.
Shit, Bill's pushing 60 too. So
is he? Wow.
He's kept his regiment well. But yeah, they did an Oklahoma drill against KG and Bill, and Bill was the down lineman and KG was the backer. And so me and Drexler are sitting over there just getting ready to watch this thing. And the Joes are like, I mean, the biggest one's like 200 pounds. And KG's probably, he's a little overweight, but he's still probably 260. Bill's probably 280-ish. And me and Drexler are going like, holy fuck, this is getting ready to get nasty, dude. And so I'm trying to talk to Kevin before they start going. And he's like, goddamn motherfucking, God fucking shit, man. I'm like, you've been on God Squad all week, dude. What's up with all the goddams on the motherfucker? By the third play, it was the Joe would snap the ball. Bill would slap this kid pot over tea kettle and would fill this way. Obviously, the kid's going to run this way. And here comes KG from like 8 yards deep. By the third play, dude, he had a cut on his nose, blood coming out of his face. Fucking face mask was bent. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. And me and Trex just like, I'm glad I'm staying over here. It was some good shit though. Yeah, one of the kids, I think he went to the hospital with a broken arm, broken something. But yeah, one of the kids got hurt and didn't come back.
Man, wow, yeah.
It was legit, man.
Let's see. I know you want a Survivor. I'm going to have to go check out a couple of those episodes that you did on there.
That was a whole lot not fun.
Where'd you go after that? Where was it?
That was actually really cool. We were in Nicaragua for the show.
Okay.
And then when we got voted off, well, thank fucking Christ I got voted off. I lost 20 pounds in 11 days.
Wow.
And it was just, I was down like 225 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just nasty. And it's one of those things like mind fuck. I mean, you've been in the military a long time. I'm sure you've been part of plenty of mind fucks.
Oh, yeah.
But like when you're as hungry as I mean, I was eating like 200 calories a day.
Wow.
I mean, eat like a candy bar. And that's all you get every day. But you never have any idea when your next meal is coming. No clue. Like you're hungry as shit right now. I eat dinner in like 2 hours. Your fucking stomach's eating your backbone, and you have no clue when you're gonna eat again. Like, when is this fucking pain gonna end? I don't know. No fucking idea. And it's the equator in fucking July is $1.05 every fucking day. It was fucking brutal. But yeah, we got voted off, and they took me like 10 miles, about 5 miles away. I could still see the helicopters fly by when they do the helicopter shots to probably about a 12,000 square foot house that was hanging off a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean with 2 vanishing pools and a house staff. I just sat on my fat ass. We started drinking margaritas at like fucking 2 o'clock every day. Had a little outdoor gym there. So we get up, have a workout, and just start getting hammered playing fucking pool volleyball. And we would literally look over like 2 ridges, like, yeah, poor motherfuckers over there. Having a fucking shit in the sand. Yeah.
You ever thought about going back on there?
Fuck no. Not a chance in hell, man.
Doesn't sound like a good experience.
No, it was a whole lot of
I always
fun.
crack up when I'll still see it on social media, but that little clip will come up where that girl says something to you, and you're like, if you were a dude, I'd knock your teeth out.
Yeah, dude, I'm such good friends with her now. Actually, she texted me the other day, and this guy named Jeremy Collins. Jeremy actually, he came in 3rd or 4th that year, and he won it like 2 years later.
Oh, cool.
And I guess there's some new reality show called Trader.
Okay.
Something, I guess, and he's on that. I mean, he's like, he was a fireman in Boston. And I guess he's like made a hell of a little career about doing reality TV shows. But his wife got voted off early with me, and so yeah, we did the house for like 2 weeks, and then CBS took us through Costa Rica for a month on their fucking dime.
Oh, cool.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
And so I got to be real good friends with them, and Natalie, who's one of the sisters. There was the other sister that I said that to. Yeah, they're her and Val are gonna call me tonight. They said, yeah, we hang out tonight and give me a call. So I'm good friends with all of them. And nobody's picked up on, because like, oh, it's just so funny because that line gets quoted or gets mentioned a lot, like
little clips.
What a chauvinist, what an asshole. Does that mean he beats women or some shit? I stole that line from an Anchorman, you stupid fuck. Remember when he's fucking pointing his makeup? He's like, that's Bush. That's Bush League. If you were a man, I would hit you. Or some shit like that. I stole a line from Anchorman. It's funny when Anchorman says it, but not when I say it.
Not when John Rocker says it. Speaking of shows, you said you were going to tell me something about the Eastbound and Down, because that's kind of like, I guess, loosely based off of you, Danny McBride kind of thing.
So anyway, Danny McBride, that is obviously that plays me on this show.
Yeah.
I was born in, like I told you earlier, in Statesboro, Georgia, in the Bullock County Hospital. The Statesboro, Georgia is this fucking big. It's still this fucking big. It's where Georgia Southern is. In 1974. How many births you think were in Bullock County Hospital in 1974? A few hundred all fucking year. Danny McBride was born in that same hospital in 1976. We were born in the same hospital 2 years apart.
No kidding.
In Bullock County, Georgia. little south, just south, shit county, back in Bullock County, Georgia.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did he
when I found out, I'm like, there's no fucking way that's right. But yeah, sure enough.
Did he ever talk to you?
I've never talked to him. I've talked to Will Ferrell about it a few times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. A few times, twice.
He has a funny character in that show, too.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, let the boy watch. The used car sales manager.
I bumped into Will at a couple places.
So in that show, I think Danny has like a purple leopard jet ski. Did you have one of those?
No, mine was cheetah print. Yeah, you've seen it.
I haven't seen your jet ski.
No, yeah, it's my cheetah print jet ski.
No, I haven't seen it.
I'll let you ride it in your Speedo.
You actually have a cheetah? Yeah.
No, I
was gonna say maybe you do.
I just made that up.
I was telling Randy about the show.
But you
earlier.
have a cheetah print fucking Speedo. I've seen you in it before.
I do have
Stoned
one.
on mushrooms.
I was telling Randy about Eastbound and Down earlier. He's like, "Oh, I haven't seen it." I was like, "Oh, you gotta check it out." That was one of my favorite shows on there.
It is pretty funny.
It's very, very funny.
I haven't seen a lot of it. I have seen enough of it. It's
That's why I thought it
is humorous.
It was cool. I met you. I was like, man, this is really based off like John Rocker. I'm like, that's hilarious.
A little extreme, I think, but you gotta be extreme to be funny.
Yeah. So after was that all the TV shows you went on, or did you?
Just Survivor and Pros and Joes. I've done obviously shit ton of interview shows. I've done Geraldo and Hannity and Cavuto. What's that prick that got fucking fired a few years ago? Bill O'Reilly. I've done his fucking show before. I don't know how many ESPN shows, fucking a dozen of those. So, I've done a whole bunch of that shit. Remember that show, The Best Damn Sports Show, period?
Mm-hmm.
That show with
Yeah.
Rob Dibble and who was Roseanne Barr's husband? Funny fucking dude, man. Comedian. Who did Roseanne Barr marry? Shit. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know her.
Well,
No.
this is shit's not coming to me today. Tom Arnold,
Okay.
and John Sally. They hosted it. I was on that show a few times. That was always a fun show to do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever do any kind of like baseball coaching for kids?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, decent. I love doing it. Actually, I do a lot of stuff with Tom.
Okay.
We do. I mean, he's got a company called the National Pitching Association, so he does camps. He probably does a dozen camps a year all over the country. I'll do maybe 2 or 3 with him. We'll fly to Iowa or wherever and do like a 3-day camp.
Cool.
So that's fun.
And on the development side, didn't you say you did some like building home for heroes for vets or something?
No, I had an organization. When was that started? 09 maybe, and ran to like 13 or 14, and we just couldn't keep up with the fucking raising money. We just couldn't. And eventually, I couldn't pay any of the staff, and eventually, some of them got in a position they just had to. I got to go get, a second job, or they obviously all had jobs, but
Yeah.
their volunteer time, they just couldn't afford to do it for free anymore. It was such a fucking just never-ending fist fight trying to raise money. But what we would do is we were affiliated with Georgia Tech, affiliated with Robert Street Baptist Church in Atlanta, and I leased 3 homes in basically the Dunwoody area of Atlanta. And so when guys would come to us, we would put usually 4 to 5 guys in a house, like buddy system, so you watch each other, because every one of them had some kind of chemical addiction. And we had Sergeant Major Brian Heiss. He was still in. He was probably 26, 27 years. He was kind of like our chaperone. He would go from house to house, about every night, every other night, check on these guys, make sure nobody's fucking drunk and disorderly or whatever. But yeah, we put them in these houses. And then for the chemical addictions, we would put them in a program over at Roswell Street. Job training, we had affiliation with Georgia Tech. And then we just had folks all around town that would give these guys jobs, criminal record or not. It did work for, we probably in 4 or 5 years, probably ran 30, 35 guys through there. Success rate wasn't near what I had hoped it would have been. And I didn't know this, but I didn't know that, like, you can get fired from the military. Like, you're a shit person, you're fucking fired. Get your shit the fuck out of here. Like, I didn't know that was that, but I guess, what's the discharge called?
Oh, you can get bad conduct, dishonorable discharge. Yeah, it can happen.
Again, my brain's just not firing today. And that's how a lot of these guys, because I guess some of them in the military, it's like the judge says, jail or military, which one you want? You're like, fuck military, I guess. I don't want to be there anyway. And then I guess when they do get dishonorably discharged, they end up, pissing shit away, boozing and drugging and all that kind of stuff. We got several guys that literally their family found them on a bench in Piedmont Park in downtown Atlanta and put them in the car and drove them to us. But that was so frustrating. It's a graduated kind of thing. You come in to us, you got some chemical issues, you don't have a job, you don't have any fucking money, and it's just little by little we build you back up, your self-esteem, get you off the booze, get you some training, get you cleaned up and ready to re-enter society as a functioning fucking adult. And so we had a policy that you paid for nothing for the first 90 days you were there. After 90 days, you should be sober enough to get a job, clean and sober, get a job. We've got the affiliations wherever you have, if you're a violent offender, of course, well, you shouldn't be out of jail anyway, but, misdemeanor type stuff or low level type stuff, our guys will look the other way and be like, yeah, sure, we'll give them a job. But it was almost like clockwork for like 79% of these guys. About day 85, gone. Like about the time, and because day 90 is when you had to have a job, you had to start paying $500 a month. That's it. For everything, all your care, your utilities, your place to live, $500 a month. That's all. And most of them had jobs by then, but literally 70% of them, within less than a week of them having to start ponying up $500 a month. And the houses were nice. The houses I was paying for most of the houses. They were $2,500 to $3,000 a month houses. They were. If you sold the house, it'd be a $350,000 house. These weren't like shacks. They weren't fucking single wide trailers. Nice places with nice big backyards, fenced in, and but yeah, it was the damnest thing that 3 days before I had to start paying. They just, anybody seen Tom? He ain't been here like 3 days.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers. Then I had one guy. This was sort of the straw, especially the time and effort I put in. And that's how I got on some of those shows. Hannity and Cavuto was to promote and raise money for this. But I had one dude. I love this dude. That he was one of the ones that his sister knew he was living somewhere in Piedmont Park, downtown Atlanta, and found him just living in the park and brought him to us. Real nice guy, and we did a lot of charity events. We did softball tournaments and golf tournaments and galas and whatnot. And Devon would help us organize a lot of that stuff. So he was a good dude, but he had a weed smoking problem and just couldn't kick it. And I was playing, if you know a guy named Kevin Brown. Kevin's another Macon boy. Kevin played 15, 16 years in the big leagues, a right-handed pitcher, and has a big charity event every year. And I'm playing golf at that charity event, and I'm playing with a retired Marine that owned a like giant crane, heavy crane, like the ones you see like on skyscrapers that are like hoisting shit up 30, 40 floors. He owned a company that operated those heavy cranes right in South Atlanta. Told him about Devon. We've been trying to get this kid a job for like a month. No way to hire him. So tell him Devon was a retired Navy guy. He's like, give my address, send him down. I'll talk to him. As long as he pisses clean, then he's good. So I talked to Devon. He's like, yeah, I ain't gonna piss clean. So I'm like so I can't remember the guy's name. I called him up. He's like, let him stay sober for a few weeks, because obviously you're operating heavy equipment. We can't have residue of dope in your fucking system. And it was like a $20 an hour job, and if you're at the job for 3 months, you get health care benefits. I mean, it was going to be a fucking great job for him. And even with like a 3 or 4 week heads up, he shows up for his interview and pisses fucking dirty. I'm just like, God damn, man. And so the guy calls me and tells me this. He's like, but tell him I'll give him one more chance. Send him back down here in a month, pisses clean, give him a job. A month later, piss dirty again. I'm like, what the fuck can you do, man? And between that and when the guy's just leaving, just when comes time you like step up and start being responsible again. So I'm like, you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her learn. So,
sounds hard, but
very, very frustrating.
I'm sure it helped a lot of people though. And
it did.
A lot of good.
I probably about 25% got help, but I used to do so many interviews trying to raise money, and I used to always say these guys are homeless because of PTSD or addictions or whatever. And I never wanted to say this, but finally, like, toward the end of it, and just getting motherfucked so much by these guys I'm trying to help, I'm like, there's a third reason that you guys are homeless. You're just a fucking piece of shit. And I'm like, I didn't know that military guys could be, but I guess every career has got shitty fucking people in it.
It is true. I will say that.
It took me a while to learn that. But
some of the worst people I've ever met in my life were in the military.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone thinks like every veteran is just like this high standard good person, but
that's what I used to think.
There's some bad ones,
and still do. For the most part.
Majority of them are. Majority of them definitely go in for the right reasons, but I mean, you do meet some people that aren't that good. I've actually met people, actually what you were saying earlier, where it was either go to jail or go into the military for things they would do. And most of them would turn their lives around. They're like, hey, you know what? I'm on the wrong path. But yeah, I mean, you do meet some bad characters, but they're everywhere. Doesn't matter if they're military or civilian.
It did surprise me though that the kind of what you think the kind of person that has the kind of character to go in the military. Yeah. That the reason they're homeless is it's a stroke of bad luck, a little misfortune here, misfortune there. But then you finally realize, no, you're just a shitty fucking person, man. Yeah. You suck all the way around. That's why you're fucking homeless.
Definitely some bad characters. So let's talk about the boxing. Getting ready in shape. I see you in the gym getting after it.
Hands are already sore.
Kyle's got you in there hitting bags all day, getting the cardio. I guess originally it was supposed to be Mahomes.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes.
Senior Pat Mahomes.
He bailed.
He got scared of him. He saw you hitting the bags. He probably got scared.
Probably did. Could have.
People don't know. I mean, you're 6'6", 250?
6'5" and a hook. 250. I weighed 253 yesterday.
Yeah, you're not a small dude at all.
Yeah, I need to drop about 4 or 5 pounds. But I need to get rid of that. A little bit there, not much, but a little bit. Yeah. Biggest thing though is that damn cardio, dude. My knees are shot, my hips are shot, my back fucking kills, my fucking SI joint is just in bad shape. And so I can't really do the cardio I used to. About the only thing I can do is fucking jump rope, but then that even still, knees and hips, I'm just hit that rope and like fucking A. But that cardio, you fucking hit bags very much or done any kind of boxing workouts? what the fuck, man?
It's tiring, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm guessing you don't have a boxing background, like you weren't doing that.
No. I mean, this just became a thing like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew I needed to train. I'm still, my strength is fine, but yeah, that cardio was no joke, dude.
Yeah. You got any people that you'd want to box?
Yeah, fucking Jeff Perlman.
Who's that?
I'd like to beat the brakes off that motherfucker. That cocksucker that wrote that fucking SI article.
Oh,
Like
that
to
one, like in the
beat the
'90s.
living
That
brakes
guy.
off that fucker.
Yeah. Is he still, I guess, a journalist or something? Or
Yeah, technically.
something like that.
He still thinks he is.
I'm guessing he'd probably fold over pretty easy. He's probably.
We were actually talking shit to him on social media the other day, and he goes, Rocker wants no part of the Jewish bomber. He's a fucking jerk off.
Is that what he called himself?
He called himself the third person as that. And he's probably 6'4", maybe like $190.
Yeah,
And he's my age.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, if that happened, this is not a euphemism. This is the God's honest truth. I would try to kill him. That's not, I'm gonna kill that guy. No, I would try to end his fucking life.
Well, hopefully they put
You
you.
sign the waiver, I can legally do it.
Hopefully they put you in the ring with him. It's Rough and Rowdy, right? Is it Barstool or Rough and Same thing?
Barstool Rough.
Barstool Rough and Rowdy. Yeah.
Barstool owns it.
Who else? Who would be the other person you wanted?
Well, they talk about Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Dennis Rodman. It's probably who it's going to be. They're
I think that'd
still
be
working
cool,
out
man.
some details
Yeah.
with Dennis, but probably going to be Dennis.
I'd like to see it be Dennis Rodman. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I want to fight somebody I just genuinely don't like.
Yeah.
I don't have beef with Dennis, you know?
Is there like I guess any beef with like certain pitchers you had growing up or?
That's what they about MLB alumni, man. We're thick as thieves. That was really about fucking Pat. They suggested Pat, and I'm like, you know, MLB alumni is a very exclusive club.
Yeah.
There's only like, I think since baseball started in 18, whatever it was, there's only like 25,000 players who've ever played in the big leagues. Oh, wow. There's only like 8,000 or 9,000 that are still living. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of guys that you're going to run into that like I played in the fucking big leagues.
Yeah,
maybe a little more than that, maybe about 10,000. But anyway, that club is very exclusive, and unless you have like some real personal beef with somebody looking in the field, you're automatic friends. Like if you've never even met them. There's plenty of guys. I see a lot of ex-big league guys at the charity events I do, the golf tournaments, stuff like that. I mean, guys I've never met, you know, closer than 60 feet, 6 inches away. But I walk up in a golf tournament, see them, Rock, what's up? Big hug, and next thing you know, you're 8 cocktails deep, fucking telling stories for fucking 4 or 5 hours, and fuck, we gotta go to bed, we gotta tee off in 5 hours. Like I'd never met you, like shook your hand until 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
But it's the damnedest shit, and that's why I want you to fight Pat. I'm like, big league alumni doesn't really do that to each other.
What team did he play for?
He was Rangers, Mets. I played against him when he was with New York. Rangers and Mets, maybe KC. I can't remember. He played probably 8-9 years. He had a good career.
Was he Rangers same time as you or different?
No, we never played with each other.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was with the Mets maybe like 98 through 2000, something like that maybe.
And you mentioned about golf tournament charities. You do a lot of that.
Yeah, do one more.
Yeah.
One more.
Oh, you got one more. No good.
Yeah.
I remember I asked you to go to one here locally last year, but you were actually already in another golf charity tournament at that time. You couldn't make it, but
I used to do like 20 a year. I'm probably only down to like maybe 6 or 7 now.
It's cool that you do that because you're always just like, I'll go. If I'm gonna go raise money for vets or whoever it is, like you've always been down to go do that.
Yeah, I used to do them. I used to do them. Go to Jim Kelly's every year in Buffalo. Andre Reed used to have one that was in Pennsylvania. Go to Victor Green's in New York. I didn't go this past year, but usually do. And of course, living in Atlanta, I mean, it's like, once March hits, freaking every dick's got one about every fucking Monday to them charity golf tournaments. There used to be about a dozen up there I do. I think I'm down to Marquise Grissom's, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, man, I think it's cool that you're back on social media because I was going to ask you to come on this show before I saw you get back on. I think it was around Christmas time. You posted a video, you're like, I'm back. Or something like that. I was like, no way.
That was November, November. So I started doing it.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, I was like right there in the gym.
It's a lot of fun, man. That used to be one of the reasons I got all that. Was like when the way I got on Survivor was CBS invited me. They just out of the blue, the casting director sends me an email, be interested if you like come on the show. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And it was down. That was back when they were having like, ex-sports guys. I think the year before came Jeff Kent. Jeff, second baseman for San Fran for a bunch of years, borderline Hall of Fame guy. And so my year, It was between me and Bill Romanowski, and they were going to give me a little glue to come on, and I want to do it for PR stuff as well. So I kind of really want to be on there. But even though they invited me to be on, they were still putting me through all the paces that the folks would just apply. They were like doing the background checks and all that kind of shit, And one of my favorite things to do back in the day, in 12 and 13, was sit outside with a cigar and a cocktail and just get on Twitter and just start fucking just hanging shit on fucking people. And just laugh my own fucking jokes. I'm saying some offensive shit too. And like, that's even offensive to even me. And so as I find out that CBS is like going to start like putting me through my paces and doing bad, like, they're probably going to look at my Twitter account. I should probably delete that. Because they're going to start seeing the, fuck you, you fucking faggot. They're like, all those, liberal fucking jagoffs out in LA. We're like, yeah, we're not going to have this.
Yeah, liberals don't like you.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
Yeah. I don't like them either, so I think it works out.
Yeah, people in the comments like you, though. The people in the comments love you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. That's what I would do. I would make a comment, and I would read through the comments, and probably one guy that had some shit to say.
Yeah.
And I would get on his fucking page, look at his pictures, see like what his wife looked like and his kids looked like. I'd be like, "You're a fat foul ball. Look how pig of a fucking wife you got." Just wear him out. And they just sit there and get drunk and just laugh my ass off at my own fucking jokes. That's what I would do. And and then just decided to get back into it a few months ago.
Yeah. So I noticed the ring while we're here. The World Series ring, right?
That's the runner-up ring.
Runner-up ring?
That was one you get for not winning the World Series.
But you still went to the World Series.
And I played good. I pitched good.
Did you
like four scoreless?
How many times did you go World Series, or just one time?
Yeah, just that one time.
What part of that in the career was that?
That was my third year.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you're like 26?
25.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yep. That was pretty cool. World Series at Yankee Stadium. That'd get even bigger than that.
Oh man, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, no shit. It's like a Super Bowl in Lambeau Field. That doesn't even bigger World Series at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, no,
that's cool shit.
That's super cool. I mean, how many people can say they actually went to the World Series? Like very, very.
Yeah,
probably 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, several Hall of Famers that are in the Hall, never going to go to the World Series. I don't think Nolan Ryan ever went to the World Series.
Really?
I'm trying to think. And no, fuck. No, I'm thinking 69 Mets. Never mind. That was his. May have been his rookie year. Him and Tom Seaver. 69 Mets.
I was telling you earlier. I grew up in Alvin, Texas, up until age 9. Then we moved to Mauriceville. But I wrote him a letter when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a cool story.
And he
that's not surprising, though.
Yeah, he mailed me an autographed letter or a baseball card. It was black and white. He autographed it. He said, "Hey, thank you for the letter."
You still got that card? You don't, do you?
It burned up. My trailer burnt down when I was 11. So I sent him that letter. I think it was 8 or 9. It was right before we moved to Mauriceville. And then when I was age 11, my trailer actually caught on fire. It burnt down, and I lost all my baseball cards. But that was like my cherished one.
You probably did it. You probably played with fireworks.
I always said I was gonna like write him a letter back and just be like, "Hey, could I get another baseball card? Like mine burnt down." So maybe I'll do that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I remember seeing him as a kid. Like he owned the McDonald's. The McDonald's was always like baseball cards and baseball bats and stuff.
Yeah, he's cool. I say he used to come to the clubhouse, and when I was in Texas, we'd see him about once a month. He'd come strolling through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He owns the Rangers, right? I think, or
I think he's a minority owner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, I don't know who owns it now. It was Tom Hicks when I played. I don't know who the hell owns it now, but I think Nolan is a minority owner.
Ever think you'll become a owner in baseball or something?
Money that fucking takes. He's a minority owner. Probably, I bet 30, 40 million.
Yeah.
I think some fucking glue.
So other than real estate development that you do now, what's the next 2 years looking like for you? What do you got planned?
Just get that Tuscaloosa project done. Finish one up in Crestview. I really want, not to steal your audience here. I've been wanting to put my own podcast for years.
You should.
Yeah, and I've got a meeting with Blaze Media coming up because I've had a few folks approach me, and I think we've discussed it. A few folks approach me, and I always believe if you're good at something, we're going to do it for free. And I'm pretty good at radio. I'm pretty good at fucking TV. I have been doing it for fucking years. And I had my own segment on on 99 The Game, CBS Radio in Atlanta for like 3 years.
Okay.
Just during baseball season, but 3 times a week. Would get between 2 and 3 segments with Dukes and Bell on drive time, PM drive time, and and I mean did well. I actually got that through Survivor. And yeah, I've had a couple of people approach me over the last couple of years about doing a podcast, but it's the same shit. It's do a podcast for 6 months to a year, build an audience, then we get sponsors. But until then, you're doing shit for free. Like, no, I'm not. Like your producer, he's getting paid, right? You guys with editing, he's getting paid. Oh yeah, they'll give it. Well then, I'm free then. Fuck you. I'm not doing that shit. That's one thing with social media. Hell, in 3 months, just under 3 months, I've got almost 300,000 followers. I think Instagram's maybe 25,000. I don't really know. And after this fight, I mean, obviously a lot of PR around this fight.
Yeah.
And I think after that,
You'll probably do a couple of fights.
Yeah, 500,000 followers on Twitter. That should give me the foundation to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, and I don't need a lot of money. I mean, pay me $500 a show. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it for fucking free. Though.
I mean, I hope you do the podcast. I'd listen to it. I know everybody's going to listen to it. I mean,
want a co-host too. I think shows with co-hosts. I think come off, unless you're like some uber talented guy like you, and you just carry a show by yourself. But Rogan does his own. But shit, Rogan's been doing.
Yeah.
He's been in show business for 30 fucking years. But at least to get started, I would like to have a co-host. So just find that right mix. Like find somebody that's got big social media presence.
Maybe get Goldberg. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Bill's got a little Hollywood, man. He's not as cool as he used to be. Kind of big leagues. Would like to be a woman, preferably. So get different genres and different point of views in there. So yeah, but I'll find the right mix. I'm saying by the end of the year, I'd like to have that set up. I'm coming out with my own beer.
Oh, are you? I did not know this.
Yep, got the the LLC formed a few weeks ago. And the guys that work with me on my social media, they're doing a lot of the footwork as far as licensing and all that kind of stuff goes. And looking for a name, I'm wanting to call it Liberal Tears. That's what I'm wanting to call it.
I think that would do very well. Yeah, I think that would do very well.
Just selling online, selling social media.
Well, once you get the beer going, we'll advertise it here.
Yeah, there you go.
Have a couple of drinks with it.
Yeah, so just that shit. And if I can do, get those things going and spend most of my day doing that, I probably won't develop anymore. It's just
it's tough.
Build, develop, yeah.
It's tough.
It's a fucking fist fight, man.
It's tough.
And you never know. And the market's great. Well, yeah, in the year it takes me to get this shit fucking done, it might not be so great. I take it on the fucking chin. When I bought it, everything, skies were blue. Now it's storming outside, and what the fuck? I'm $10 million into this thing.
Yep, it's true.
So
I mean,
what we'll do now. So
at least for the stuff I develop, it takes about 2 years. So it's like a lot can change.
Oh hell yeah!
In that 2-year period.
Yeah, so. I did a deal in Panama City Beach. It was a $24 million deal, and barely made it out of the bank because we bought the deal in 2005, and then when shit hit in mid 07,
yeah,
we didn't make a dime off that damn thing. And barely got out of the bank.
Oh wow!
If we had another 6-8 months, we'd have made a lot of money, but we didn't get that.
Yeah.
All that work, 4 years worth of work for free.
Yeah.
Because dumbasses are doing subprime mortgages to people with fucking 600 credit scores.
Yeah. Well, I know we got to wrap up here soon because you got to bounce for 6 o'clock. You got something going on. But one thing I always like to ask guests is if you could go back 18-year-old self again, because a lot of people that watch the show are young. Like, what advice would you give another 18-year-old kid, either looking business, development?
I always think about this, and when I get asked the question, I always forget what my answer is. God, put me on the spot here.
It doesn't have to be just business. It could be anything. Any life experience lessons you got, you could give a young person, guy or girl.
I think it would probably be enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the fucking moment. I didn't, I'm 50 now. And I spent, and are you 40 yet?
I'm 36.
Fuck you. You can't relate then. When he stands and sits down, not one noise comes out of his mouth when he stands up. Wait till I stand up here in a second.
Randy's
That'll crack, and I'll go, oh, I get in my chair. And when I sit down, it's the same thing. Oh, as I'm sitting down. You can't stand up or sit down without making a fucking noise when you're 50. I spent a lot of time like remembering back like how great shit was when I'm 23, 25. My time in the minors, time in high school, time as a young big league player, and it just goes by so stinking fast. I mean, that was the World Series. It's been 20, a quarter century. That was the World Series, and didn't really ever, I guess, stop and like just let time stop for a minute and realize like this is really fucking cool. Pay attention. We're just so busy like go to the next thing, go to the next thing, go to the next thing. You just didn't, and things are pretty good now. This fight thing that's coming up is pretty cool, and I'm reminding myself like right now, like look around and realize that like cool shit's happening. Pay attention to it because I think it is that's one thing. Go to the World Series in my third year. Of course, with the playoffs, first 2 years we went to the NLCS the previous year, actually the previous 2 years, and lost the NLCS. 98 Braves. And went to the World Series. Of course, we got swept. And I literally wasn't that upset. I'm like, let's go next year. No big deal. Never realizing it's real fucking tough to get the World Series, man. It's fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just a stupid kid. And it's like, we'll do it next year. And then never went back, obviously. So
Yeah.
So never even close. Because the next year, I played for Cleveland, and we got beat by that 116 fucking win Seattle team in the division series. Then I played 2 years with Texas, and we didn't sniff the playoffs. And I finished up with Tampa, same thing, and I blew my shoulder out and fucking dunzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's true, man.
yeah, probably just if you got a good life, or even if you don't, just appreciate the good things you have, because
enjoy the moment.
enjoy the moment. Yeah,
Exactly. Well, man,
I wish I paid a little more attention to things I was doing 20 years ago.
I always say the same thing. Like when I was in the military, like in my younger 20s, I wish I had took more photos and enjoyed more things and stuff like that. So,
like one thing I didn't do, I don't know why the fuck I didn't, is a very common thing when you're in the big leagues to have the clubbies go over to Barry Bonds with a bat. And when you sign this bat for John Rocker, they'll do it. And I probably did that, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I would like Ryan Klesko. I don't know if you know who Ryan is or not. I mean, every team would come in town. McGuire, Sosa, Bonds. Always send the clubhouse guys over to get helmet signed, bat signed. Ryan probably has a stupid collection now of just guys fucking shit that he got signed while he was playing.
oh man,
I would see him doing that, but I would never do it.
I wish I.
And just other stupid. I remember one time we were in Milwaukee, and like, fuck are you thinking, dude? And one big league is I used to love to fucking chase pussy, and there's not a better platform to chase pussy than fucking being a big league ball player. Like you don't have to be at the ballpark until 4 o'clock every day. Game's over 10:30, 11 o'clock. I ain't got nowhere to be until fucking 4 o'clock tomorrow, and I'm in LA with a fucking pocket full of money. Let's fucking go out. But Klesko, we were in Milwaukee, which is a shit town. Sorry, from Milwaukee's listening to this, but it's a shit town. And Ryan asked me after the game, he's like, we're going on the lake tomorrow. I can't remember what lake Milwaukee's on, which one of the 5, but anyway.
Yeah.
We're going smallmouth fishing tomorrow with fucking euchre. You in? And I had some chick in town. I'm like, nah, I got this chick in town. And it was like some chick I'd flown in or whatever. I blew off a trip to go fish with Bob Euchre over some fucking just flying side beef piece of ass. I mean, how cool is it? I look back and Bob just passed away like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was just gonna fish with Bob Euchre.
Oh man.
Wasting all this fucking piece of ass over here.
Now
Idiot. What are you thinking?
Now that you mentioned autographs, what I'm about to do, I'm about to get like a baseball. I'm gonna get a baseball and get you to sign it, and we'll hang it up here on the wall somewhere in the studio.
Okay.
It'd be cool. I like to get like a little memorabilia from people and just kind of hang it out in the studio and stuff like that, or a baseball card. I don't have I'll have to go get a baseball card of you.
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hang it up on the wall or something for future people to see.
I got a bunch of 8x10s, light by 10 glossies.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Something like that I can put up. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good hour worth.
That was good, man.
Give me some good content.
I appreciate you coming on. I'm sure you probably got a ton of people asking you, like, come on
With
shows.
this fight, this fight goes off, it's gonna be a bunch.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a lot of publicity,
It'll be a
and I'm
bunch.
gonna be there at the fight. I'm gonna be out there with
Yeah,
Kyle.
like I tell you, figure out who you're gonna bring.
I'm gonna be
I'm gonna buy tickets for everybody.
I'm gonna be there with a cut man or something, holding up some John Rocker signs
Well,
or something.
Kyle will be there.
Yeah.
Bring Kyle.
Be walking out with you, whatever. It'd be a good time. And that's gonna be, I think, end of April time frame. April 18th. Perfect.
At least for now. I mean,
Yeah.
everything else has changed around, but at least for now.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, dude, I appreciate
Cool,
you coming
thanks
on the
for having
show.
me, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, had a
I got
good
to
one.
know a lot about you, and that's a wrap, man. Thank you.
I give you a whole bunch of shit you can fucking like give me shit for now.
Hey everyone, I wanted to thank everyone that supported John Howard Art last year. We did a little over $27,000 for charity. Every dollar from the proceeds go to charity, but I want to showcase some of the art for this commercial. We got really good prints, we got t-shirts, we got big coffee mugs, we got little coffee mugs, even got simple things as just like stickers. I stick these in my water bottle, cell phone cases. I know it may seem little, but every little thing goes to charity. Like I said, last year we did over $27,000 for charity. This is my way of showing you my happiness when I'm in nature, and I appreciate the support, and we'll keep it going. Thank you. Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in Florida? If so, please contact me directly or contact my brokerage, John Howard Realty. I have an amazing team of people. Most of them are prior veterans or spouses of veterans. Everyone is very experienced, especially when it comes to real estate investing. As many of you know, short-term rentals, Airbnbs is how I got started in real estate, and I would like to help you do the same. Thank you.